two components. Then these two components are parent and child component. Parent component and child component. How to declare an Nara method. So in Nara method, what I will do, will query all accounts. All accounts. So in parent component, what I will do, I'll place some input form. Input form. The input form is like this. Customer registration form. Name. Name, city. Name, phone, industry. I have 3 fields. This is a form. This is a component one body. I would like to place 3 fields. This is for input. I would like to place a button called save, cancel. One is a save and another one is a cancel. With these buttons, on click of save button, I would like to invoke an action. On click of save button, I would like to invoke an action, and from that action, I would like to call child component or a method to query all accounts. So in child component, what I will display, I'll display all the account records. So if you remember, so we did the same using events. Now we are doing the same thing using Aura method. So in events, you have to define different events, but in Aura method, you don't need to define any event. You can directly invoke any child component action from the parent component. So in between, while invoking a method, you can pass a parameter. If you want, you can pass a parameter. It depends on the requirement. So in this scenario, I don't need any. In this scenario, I don't need to pass any value from parent component to child component. It's a simple concept. So what are the different areas that we will use here? So one is a lightning code. I'll use the lightning code to design the input form. We will use the lightning code, and we need to use Aura method, and you need to use Apex controller. So what is the purpose of using an Apex controller? So you have to insert a record. On click of save button, you have to insert a record. For that, we use Apex controller, and we use lightning data table to display the data. So these are the main 4 areas: lightning code, Aura method, Apex controller, and lightning data table. So let's implement this. So first, define a controller, Apex controller, with the 2 actions. So one is in parent controller, you have to define Apex class, you have to define the method to create an account record. So in in the same controller, you have to define a method to query the data. These are the two different actions that you have to define in Apex class. Account data controller. So this is my Apex class. I'm defining two methods: public static string create account is a method and passing one account record. Then try and inserting that account record and returning the account ID. And in catch, if the record is not created, I'm just throwing an error message, error string. And second method, public static list account query accounts data return select ID name phone history from account order by created date descending. I would like to display the first 15 records. The recently created 15 records. I just defined two methods. Account data controller. In account data controller, I have create account, I have query account. These two methods. So this is a create account method, and here this is the query account method. Now defining a parent component. Or let's say account input form. This is account input form. So in account input form, first thing you have to define controller, server-side controller. Then so you have to define input form. So to define an input form, you need account attribute. You know how to define this. So we have done many times before. This is attribute SSC declaration and this is initialization. I am defining like import here some CSS. Defining lightning cross, which has a title. Title is new customer. There is an icon name. Again, some standard font icon. Then we have to define actions. So we have two actions. One is save, and it has an action method. So save, and it has cancel button. And define these two actions. Define set controller first. And copy the same method declaration. So then input form. like name input label equal to name value equal to v dot acc dot name. Lightning input label equal to form value equal to acc dot form. Lightning input label equal to industry value equal to without affiliation. So this is an input form. So if you want to check the preview, you can create an application. Before that, I would like to create a child component also. Input form, and you need output form. And I'm creating an application now. Check the preview. So this is what I defined in parent component. You can see this icon is a lightning cord. I just added some borders to the lightning cord, and these are the attribute actions, save and cancel, and these are the input, lightning input labels. This is the parent component. So this is the code for designing this component. Then you have to call child component here. What is child component? Or from output form, or you have to define ID, any ID, so that output form is a child component. So you can invoke child actions. First thing is in cancel button. I just wanted to nullify the account data. Just as a ACC. ACC is the account. I'm just nullifying that account. It gets the form. And in cancel button, save button, you have to invoke server side action. So how can you invoke? First you need to get the account record. ACC record equal to component dot get out without ACC. This will give the inputs that you enter, because all the inputs are stored in ACC variable. I'm just getting that record. Then action equal to component dot get out c dot, and the action name. Action name is create account. Create account. This action. Then action dot, you have to pass the parameters also. Set parameters is the method. So you have to pass ACC record. This is ACC record. ACC record to OBCE. Then enqueue action. So this is how you call the method. So then once you call a method, once you call an apex method, you need to get back the results. So define set callback. Identify the state. If state is success, get the result. And if the result is not there, one. So because this method returns record ID. If it is success, this will return the record ID. Otherwise, it will return the error. So I'm just adding this in, not equal to error, which means if it is a success. If it is a success, then what you have to do, you have to call child component. child component action. So define an action here. Over of method name equal to action equal to. So do you need to pass any parameters here? So no, because I just want to call a method. I just want to call the method. So I'm not passing any parameters. So name is let's say get data. Get data is the action name. Yes, show results. Show results is client side controller action. And define the controller to child component also, because we need to invoke apex method. So first thing is, if the result not equal to error, first we have to get the reference of child. So got the reference, then child dot have to invoke the method get data. Get data. So this get data invokes child component show results method. So to display the data, what are the other attributes it requires? Attribute name equal to, you need a list of accounts, child component, and you need columns. So you need a class variable to hide or display the data. These are the component variables. Some CSS. Data table, what are the key parameters here? One is the key field, data, columns. So these are the key parameters. Key field is always ID and data is your data. The data is LST accounts and columns are columns. Columns. So these are the key parameters. So let's go to the show results. In show results, what we have to do? We have to invoke apex method. Variable action equal to component dot get p dot OD accounts with an action. So callback action dot set callback this function response. Variable state equal to, whether it is success or failure, get the state equal to success. That is my runtime others form. State equal to success, get the response from that method. So this response is nothing but list of data. So you have to pass, first check the data is null or not. If it is not equal to null, pass the results to LST accounts. At the same time, enable the flag to true. This is the data part. Now you got the data, but you have to set the columns. Where columns equal to, you know how to set the columns. You have to pass component dot set without my columns is an attribute in my component. It's my columns. So then pass the value. It has three attributes: name, label. Label is nothing but the display column. Field name is the actual API name, which is name. What is the type? It is a type of text. Account form is a is the columns part and this is the data part. And we're passing the data to lightning data table. And the method is show results. The show results is invoking from a child component. And both components are declared as account data controller, and both are calling a server action. And this is the component calling. Save it and preview. So you can see the recently created 15 records, including the record that I have created. So this is a parent component and this is a child component. The same concept we have done here. So we are calling parent child action. We are calling ORA method of child action from the parent component. Any questions?
No, no.
Okay. So let me copy the code. So let's move to another example using the same concept. So let's say same concept. I have two components. Component 1 and component 2. One is parent component and another one is child component. So in parent component, I have the search form. So I want to search a list of accounts. And in child component, I want to get those search results. So I want to invoke an action from parent component to child component. So it has a one button. It has a one button called search. So what I will do, I just enter one value here, just the industry. So industry on click on search button. I want to fetch the record specific to that industry. All these results are related to that industry. This is the form. So what are the concepts we will use here? One is lightning data table to display the data, and one is ORO method, lightning data table, and ORO method. So these are the main concepts. And you have to use Apex class also to fetch the data. Let's implement the same. Defining a class first, search results. Enable static list of accounts, search results, or search data. So I want to search based on a specific key, say STR industry. I want to return only those industry related value, ID, name, phone, industry, from account, where industry equal to STR industry. This is the method. Class is done. Yeah. Search results is a class name. Then we need a parent component. Search form. And we need a child component to display the results. Search form, search results form. And we have to call search results form in parent component. Search results form in parent component. And we need an application also. So I have declared all the components because I know what are all the things required here to implement this. So I declared all components and the application. So now define input search. Just adding some CSS. You can use table here, 3D wise name import label equal to industry value equal to. I have to declare one search key here. Search key v dot str key. The search key. Declare that attribute and wait equal to that equal to, which is the type of string v dot str key. Right button label equal to search and is equal to make action to hash. Do search. So what you have to do first, you have to get the ID. Search parent equal to component dot get v dot str key. So just read the value from the component. Str key is the value and stored it in search param. Then identify the child component and call the component method by passing the search term. So here get data is an Nara method in child component. So here is Nara method. Nara method name equal to get data, action equal to it has an action, and we are passing one attribute from the parent component. So we need to receive that str search action equal to c dot fetch results. This is our method. So to display the data, what are all the things we require? We just need, so I can just reuse the code, reuse the previous code. So what are all the things you need? You need these attributes, one for data, columns, and one for flag. And this is the data section. Right. And fetch results is the action. The action, first you have to prepare the columns. So once you have the columns, so you have to get the value from parent component. So it means you have to read the value from our method. How to read the value? Params equal to event dot get param arguments, and where search key equal to params dot str search key. So this gives you the search key. You have to pass s key to an apex method. Then action part. So what is the controller method here? Search data is a controller method, and to the search data action dot get params. To the search data you have to pass the value, that is str industry. Q action, not action. Then callback. Callback, so get the state, response, assign the results back. Str industry. Let's check the preview. I can see all the records specific to that industry. So this is how we can implement ORA method. Any questions?
No, no.
Okay. So I will send you the class notes and the remaining session. Okay, session recorded session.
Okay.
Yeah, let's meet tomorrow same time. We'll continue.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.